Yes, sir. What is going on, YouTube? It is your boy Denali, aka Don Squally, and we are back at it with another Altima update. So in my last video, pretty much went over a few of the minor things that I had pulled off so far. A lot of the interior parts I think were pulled off, the front bumper, headlights and stuff like that. Actually, I don't even know if I touched the interior in the last video, but I figured I'd do a little bit of an update since I do have pretty much everything that I want off of that car. I mean, I was gonna take a lot of the suspension, brakes and stuff like that, but they're so rusted that I don't think I'm gonna end up doing that. But I figure I'd do a little bit of a walk around just here in the garage. I got these work lights set up temporarily. My order from Amazon still hasn't come in. They actually delivered to the wrong house apparently, but this is how the Altima sits right now. Now it is still up on jack stands. I am going to put it on these wheel dollies in a second just so I can wheel it around and hopefully get the scrap guy to pick it up soon. So since the last video I pulled off a lot of the engine parts, got the catalytic converter, the primary cat out of there, secondary cats taken out. I pulled the stock resonator, but I just left the rest of the exhaust on there because I don't really need it. The muffler's rotten all the hell anyways. Throttle body's off. Intake, I did redo the intake, just refinished that. Added a nice little 90-degree and then cleaned up the filter just a little bit. So that is for sale locally, hopefully locally. Had a lot of guys from the States asking about parts, and I can ship like smaller things, but big parts like that probably be in your best interest to find them locally. But other than that, engine, we got the alternator, starter, both out of here. I was gonna pull the radiator and this rad support here because I know if people get in front end collisions, those are something that you kind of need, but I don't want to have to deal with any fluid on the ground. I just don't want to make a mess in my nice new garage right now, so I'm just going to pass on those. Like I say, I was going to take the suspension out, but they're pretty rusty and the brakes here looking pretty nasty, so I'm just going to leave those on there, make it a little bit easier to get out of the garage. Now, I was thinking of doing a full engine pull on this thing, but I just don't have the time or the patience for any of that stuff. Interior wise, as you can see, pretty much everything is gone in here. Rear seats are gone, door panels are gone, interior, both right driver's seat and passenger seats gone. Dashboard is out of this thing, and I'm pretty sure in the last video that I did, you guys saw the rear end, the trunk was gone. Tail lights are both out. I haven't pulled the Bose speakers out of the back actually. I might take those out still and keep those for the van. But I mean, aside from everything else, like these brakes, pretty well garbage. Like nobody's gonna buy those. I mean the calipers maybe, but those are pretty cheap. And you know, I was gonna take out the suspension, but that looks all crap. Mufflers rotted out. This is what happens when you don't wash your car at all and you don't really care about it. So a lot of this stuff not really salvageable, not really worth taking the time and effort to pull it off of the car right now. So yeah, the plan is to get this thing on the jacks right here. Probably going to hopefully get this thing out of here in the next day or so. I know I do have some stuff to do tomorrow, which is probably going to interfere with that. But yeah, eventually we're gonna get that out of here, and then I'll have time to work on this thing more, as well as get the Silver Project G35 ready, because in the next week, I know I've been saying this a lot, but the next week I do have a day off coming up, and I'm hoping if I can get it to the track and I pass safety, which is going to be questionable, you know, maybe we'll get some footage on there. But I guess I'll just go over some of the parts we got here. A little bit of King of Queens going on the TV. But yeah, a few of the things that I got off here. This is the dashboard, steering wheel, the speakers, which are, I don't really think they're going to be worth anything. The glove box, I mean, maybe if somebody wanted to do a full black interior swap, they might want all this stuff, but I think this stuff's probably going to just go in the garbage. A few of the other things, we do have the throttle body, O2 sensors, gauge cluster, mud flaps, which have seen better days, but I mean, a little bit of paint, you might be good. ECU up here, let me just climb my ladder here. Stock radio, steering wheel bezel. We have the glove box, upper glove box, passenger airbag. Also have the climate controls underneath there, starter. I think somebody asked me about this. It's not in the worst shape ever, but I guess it could be better. MAF there. We have the center console, and I do have the door panels, but they're all the way up there. I don't really feel like going up there right now. Almost fell to my death right there. That could have been bad. But yeah, I mean, you know, the usual crap. So these will probably be going to the scrap metal collectors. I'm gonna take those in there. I think they gave me like 120 bucks for a stock GM cat. So I have two here. I'm pretty sure that's OEM. I know for sure that one's OEM. So that should be worth a couple of bucks. And then I had a guy messaging me about this battery, but I think I might keep it if he doesn't get back to me. And then a spare alternator for, you know, one of my Altima buddies if they ever need it, or if anybody wants to buy a used alternator. I guess I'll be willing to part with that. So yeah, that is basically gonna be the end of the part out. So I figured I'd just do a little bit of an update. Like I say, suspension I was gonna take off, but it's honestly just not worth it. Those shocks completely shot, totally rusted, can't even read the sticker. And I just, like I say, don't want to deal with fluid on my floor right now. So yeah, I figure that's gonna be it. So like I say, if anybody who's local and wants to grab something off me, definitely let me know. If you guys are in the States, like I was looking into shipping, and it's gonna cost like 350 bucks to, let's say, ship a set of wheels, which is, you know, just a little bit less than I'm actually selling them for. So I don't really think that it's gonna be too worth it. Forgot to show you guys these seats. These are in really nice condition. Actually, I think I showed you guys these in the last video. But yeah, these are, you know, obviously gonna be pretty expensive to ship too. This driver's seat, which is power, pretty heavy, and I know I had a few guys asking about the tires. Those, I mean, you know, rims and tires are obviously very heavy. So, and I know I have been kind of slow getting back to the guys about who I have been talking to about shipping, and I've just been really busy getting as many parts off of this thing as I can before I want to get rid of it. And then, you know, obviously taking the parts to the post office and trying to get a quote is you know, pretty time consuming as well. So bear with me, but yeah, probably be the last time that you guys see this car. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the brief couple of videos on Altimas. We'll see what the next one's gonna be, man. So with that being said, I am your boy Denali, aka Don Squally. I don't even know what I'm gonna do for a thumbnail on this one, because last one was in the front. With that being said, I'm your boy Denali, aka Don Squally, and we're gonna catch y'all mofos at the next one, man. Peace.